It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Put down that smartphone and listen to me. I'm Matthew Milligan, professional musician and lifelong Weird Al fan. Each week, I'm joined by professional podcaster and close personal friend Matt Kelly to take a dive off the deep end into the vast career of pop culture icon Weird Al Yankovic on our show, Weird Algorithm. Along with some very special guests from the worlds of music and comedy, we tackle every song, every television appearance, and every bit of sketch comedy Al has produced in chronological order, covering the good old days of My Bologna and Eat It, the fun zone of tacky and white and nerdy, and everything in between. As we go, we're ranking the songs, albums, and music videos in the hopes of creating the ultimate guide to a career bigger than the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. So the next time you're having one of those days, stuck in a traffic jam, wondering why does this always happen to me, just kick off your sneakers and stick around for a while because we've got it all on Weird Algorithm, available wherever you get your podcasts. And now you know. Was that enough references?
Do you like to laugh, geek out on music, and learn all about that band or artist who had that one song back in the day, but then seemed to fall off the face of the earth? If so, you need to subscribe to One Hit Thunder. Together with an array of interesting and hilarious guests, we do a weekly dive into one-hit wonders like Eiffel 65's Blue, Krayshawn's Gucci Gucci, EMF's Unbelievable, Delamitri's Roll to Me, Los Del Rio's Macarena, Musical Youth's Pass the Dutchie, and even Patrick Swayze's She's Like the Wind. So are you subscribed to One Hit Thunder or what? As Desiree would say, you gotta be. And as K7 would encourage, you gotta come baby come and join in on the fun of the One Hit Thunder podcast.
Come baby come, baby baby come, come. Come baby come, baby baby come. Well, there's a party each and every year on Christmas Eve, where the fun and cocktail shrimp don't seem to end. Clark and Ralphie taking turns on the TV screen, laughing, singing, yelling with all of our friends. Well, it's Christmas, and everybody's gonna spread the holiday cheer, 'cause it's Christmas. Whoa, oh, it's the best time of the year. Let's do fake rain.
Hey, Dylan.
Matt, we're back. We're watching the third Christmas Prince movie. We've watched the first two.
We've taken a pause from the 2025 releases to go back to 2019.
I have to say, this is the one where I'm like, all of these problems are made up.
Yep, no.
These are all made up fucking problems.
Yeah.
None of these things that are happening in this movie are actual problems.
Yeah, no, because the biggest problem is a baby curse that was made 600 years ago that you have no evidence is real. And I would say
like
most
the
evidence
curse on
points
the baby.
most evidence points to not being real. This movie's nuts. So, quick spoiler.
Yeah.
I watched this in December.
Okay.
In preparation of we may or may not record this episode.
Yes. Yeah.
And I wrote a bunch of notes. And by a bunch of notes, I mean I wrote like 3 notes. And then we were like, let's just record it in February. We'll record it in February. We got to start recording the March content in February. That makes more sense. Yeah. And I woke up this morning at 6 and I said, do I really want to watch Christmas Prince for the second time in roughly a month and a half?
Was the answer yes?
Or do I just want to trust my notes and use the wiki to help me remember the finer details? And Dylan, I'm sorry, I went with the wiki route on this one.
Well, I did watch it last night as I was cleaning up the house.
Boy, was I getting live updates about it.
You were. I was doing my best to keep things to myself and send you things that I would not be saying on the podcast.
Well, so here's what I'm thinking we do. Because I have the full wiki description right here in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to just start reading this Wikipedia description.
Okay.
And at any point
I'll chime
that
in.
you have a
I
thought,
got
you say, hold it up.
Okay.
We need to talk for a second.
Pause.
So this movie takes place 1 year after the previous film, and now King Richard and Queen Amber are preparing to welcome their first child. As their last official act of the year, Amber and Richard are going to host the King and Queen of Pangaea, I believe it was. Pangea?
Panglia. Yeah.
In order to renew a sacred treaty. The royal families take out an ancient scroll treaty to be signed every century in recognition of its first signing 600 years ago. It was a truce over a long-running war over the Silk Road. What stupid tradition is... Like, this is a 6-time tradition now. It's like every 100 years we're going to sign this treaty to be like, hey, we promise we won't go to war with each other again.
Yep.
You could just...
We could just say that.
You could just honor the original treaty and not go to war.
Yeah. Or you can make this like digital. I don't know.
Yeah.
This could be an
DocuSign it.
email. Like, this is insane. This is the most like early Disney ass plot I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
Where it's like this is stupid.
This is the worst of the Christmas Prince movies by a large mile.
Easily. But all the stars are here.
All the stars are here, and also like it's still cozy. Like it's still a cozy ass watch. But like, you know, if I don't get around to Christmas Prince 3 in November and December, I'm not losing sleep over it.
No.
Like I'm like, I can live with that. Amber's New York friend Melissa has come out not only for the baby shower, but also by invitation of Simon, who you might remember as the cousin who attempted to claim the throne in the first movie.
Yeah. Now, remind me, in the second movie, like he was like just palling around and he was all cool and whatnot, right? Like I'm pretty
that's
sure
the thing. He was on his forgiveness redemption arc.
Yeah,
they were
like
still
we did this
unsure.
redemption thing already, right?
Yeah. Great point.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So I got to ask you a question because this sentence shows up in the Wikipedia, and I thought that it was way more important. Now I'm like, I don't think they bring this up ever again. But it says Amber fathers Rudy calls to confirm his arrival and availability through the baby's early January due date.
Yeah.
Does he come up ever again in this movie? Is it
so
just,
he does like FaceTime in throughout the movie. There's one point where he's at the airport, and this is something stupid. I don't know why I remember this. But he's at the airport. All of his flights were canceled because, of course, they were, because big snowstorm, plot device. So she's like, can you bring me some New York bagels? And he's like, you know what? Sure. And I'm like, no. He's stuck at the fucking airport. Like, what do you mean?
Wait,
he's
you
just
think
gonna
that they don't
like,
have bagels in the New York airport?
I'm sure they do, but I'm sure that's not what she's looking for. I'm sure she wants fucking bagels from the shop down the street of their restaurant.
So if my memory serves me correct, then the father is definitely the character that they shot over a quick weekend and let him go the fuck home.
100%. He does eventually, spoilers, he does show up at the very end, in the, like, after the baby is born and whatnot. But yeah, he is not in this movie at all, which is really weird because you would think the out that they gave him, he would be played by some, like, star that they were like, we couldn't get him the whole time. Like,
yeah, he's like a nobody, but that whatever.
Yeah, like, what are we talking about? You can't bring Rudy in here. He's like the best character in this fucking series.
So the Queen and the King arrive on December 21st.
Yes.
And at their arrival celebration, this is when we find out that Simon went to Oxford with like their assistant or something, Lynn, which Melissa feels very uncomfortable that this guy has a female friend that he went to college with. This is toxic behavior. Just going to call it what it is.
100%.
Also, Amber's other friend, Andy, is now dating the party planner from the wedding movie.
Was that a thing that was set up in the second one?
It was like in the last like 5 minutes they like spoke. But apparently when Andy lost his job at the magazine for reasons that are not really established. Him and this guy join forces and they become a wedding planning company, but they have been hired specifically to throw a big baby shower.
Now, I know that Amber's been going through a lot. Like, Amber has a new queen. I get it. She's pregnant, dealing with baby stuff. But these are your two best friends. I don't know how in the world, this was in 2019.
They flew
internationally. Like a real world.
They flew internationally to be with you.
So how are you so far removed from your best friends' lives? It feels like she has no idea of what's going on in either of these people's lives. Like, you should have some form of understanding
of
that
who they're dating.
Melissa and Simon have a thing. Like, like you shouldn't be shocked that they're like necking when she shows up. Like, what are you talking about? Necking, yeah.
Give me the vapors over here. Anyway, so the next morning, the morning of December 22nd, the treaty is discovered to be missing, just as they were about to start the signing ceremony.
I bet it was Simon and Lynn.
Yeah, they're the only people it could have been.
Yeah.
Thankfully for everybody, a blizzard had just ended, so they know that both the treaty and the person who stole it must still be in the palace because they're all snowed in. It's a real fucking. What's that Quentin Tarantino movie? Hateful Eight. It's a real Hateful Eight situation here. Now, Emily and the former queen come across an ancient curse that threatens Amber and Richard's firstborn. It kicks in if the peace treaty is not signed by midnight of December 24th. Just throwing this out there, if your peace treaty has a kill a baby curse on it, it's not a true peace treaty in my mind.
It's not a true peace treaty. It's not a true peace treaty. If the peace treaty can be broken by not being signed at midnight, like we are immediately at war the moment this thing is not re-signed at midnight. Also, not a good peace treaty.
Yeah, everyone's living perfectly confident and kind towards each other, but this thing doesn't get signed at midnight, and then it's just blood in the streets.
All made up problems, and they bring it up multiple times that neither of these countries have an active army, like have an active military.
It's, again, like you said, this is all symbolic bullshit. So
yeah, it really is.
they could just make a new treaty and sign it. That's also an option. Anyway,
and nobody's gonna know. No one's gonna know.
Anyway, in the early hours of December 23rd, Amber reads about a scandal surrounding the Silk Road Treaty. Prince Claude's young wife was rumored to be having an affair with the other, and shortly thereafter, the prince was found poisoned. So his family, the Devons, vowed vengeance. So I'm sure none of this information will be useful later.
And so here's my thing. Just a heads up, we're gonna spoil Christmas Prince 3. So if you haven't seen the end of this movie, the character that ends up being the one at fault pops up maybe 3 times this entire movie.
Oh, he doesn't even really bring anything to the table till the third act of the movie.
At all. At all. So the entire movie, I called what was going to happen halfway through, because the entire movie is like, it's definitely Simon and Lynn. It's definitely Simon and Lynn. It's definitely Simon and Lynn.
Yeah,
you know it's not Simon and Lynn.
Yeah.
You know it's not Simon and Lynn.
It's going to be a throwaway character that's not one of your main people.
Exactly. So I'm like, this is, again, you had to make... I needed to see this character more.
Yeah. So Barb and I just did a rewatch of all 3 seasons of Clone High.
Okay.
And one of my favorite jokes in any episode of that show is, in the first season, every single episode is like a parody of a different teen drama, right?
Yeah.
So every episode usually starts with the voiceover being like, tonight on a very special episode of Clone High. And then it like details what's going to happen in that episode. And he's like, today on a very special episode of Clone High, one of the clones will die. And like, as he's saying it, all of the regular characters are showing up on the screen, and then just one character that you've never seen before on the show. And that character just keeps showing up more and more in the as he's going through. He's like, we'll never recover when one of our beloved clones who's been here the whole time passes away.
Well, that's
what this feels like. This guy, like, who we've never seen, just keeps popping up. And it's like, that guy clearly
that's the
is
Boy Meets World. Then there was Sean bit where that kid Kenny's like, they're like, and then we have our obvious first victim, and they all look at Kenny, and he's like, why me? And they're like, well, it's not going to be any of us.
Yeah, it's not going to be one of us, Kenny. Come on now. So since they're snowed in, they decide to go through with the baby shower as a distraction. But during this, Melissa sees Simon and Lynn sneak off quietly together. She discovers that they've been investigating the financials between their countries and observed that he is definitely hiding something. So she declares that Amber has been right about him this whole time. Now, on December 24th, the castle staff member, Mr. Little, who you might notice I haven't mentioned once so far while doing this recap, but now he's here, insists that everybody stay out of the palace so that the police search dogs can seek the treaty. So they walk around a local Christmas market. But when the word of the failed search hits Amber's ears, she faints. And back at the palace, she begins to go into labor. When they are not able to get someone there to help deliver the baby, this is when the queen is like, hey, by the way, I volunteer at the maternity hospital. I can help this baby be born. Yeah. And she dives right in.
Now, something we haven't been bringing up is Princess Emily, the king's younger sister, who
important movie for Princess Emily.
Definitely the least important movie for her. But a lot of the plot is kind of set up through her in terms of like Mr. Little is like, hey, don't go down in the dungeon because it's haunted.
Yeah. That's not suspicious, you Scooby-Doo villain of a man.
Yeah, right? Are you kidding me? Like, he pops up and is like, they're playing a game, and he's like, you know who the best king is? Your father. And he's so creepy. So Emily in this one, that's the moment that I texted you and was like, this is the dumbest shit ever.
It's so
because
dumb.
There is one point where they're all sitting there. Amber's going into labor. And they're all sitting there like, we need to find this treaty or our places will go into war. And at one point, Emily looks at them and goes, and the baby will be cursed. And everyone goes, what? What? The baby will be cursed? And everyone buys into it. Everyone is buying into this baby curse.
Not a single person is like, Emily, that's silly and superstitious.
Yeah, the only person is Queen Ming. Queen Ming is like, listen, sorcery was debunked years ago, and I'm watching this like, don't humor her. Yeah. Don't sit there and be like, sorcery, it was debunked. Get it together. This
but like
baby's
you said,
about to be born.
This is fantasy problems in the most fantasy of problems.
It really is.
This is more than even first world problems.
This is in a movie where, yes, the things that have happened so far have had many fantastical Hallmark type elements, but mostly grounded in reality.
Yeah, like in the last movie where they save the budget problem by making Emily do a play.
Yeah, or like the CGI or the green screen beach that they go on vacation to. Why couldn't we all? The cursed baby thing should not have been a plot line that lasted this long. It should have been a throwaway. Do you think more people
would have watched this if it was called The Christmas Prince 3, The Cursed Baby?
I would have been much more locked in. I wouldn't have waited till this show to do it. I'd have been like, we gotta watch that one.
Put down that smartphone and listen to me. I'm Matthew Milligan, professional musician and lifelong Weird Al fan. Each week, I'm joined by professional podcaster and close personal friend Matt Kelly to take a dive off the deep end into the vast career of pop culture icon Weird Al Yankovic on our show, Weird Algorithm. Along with some very special guests from the worlds of music and comedy, we tackle every song, every television appearance, and every bit of sketch comedy Al has produced in chronological order, covering the good old days of My Bologna and Eat It, the fun zone of tacky and white and nerdy, and everything in between. As we go, we're ranking the songs, albums, and music videos in the hopes of creating the ultimate guide to a career bigger than the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. So the next time you're having one of those days, stuck in a traffic jam, wondering why does this always happen to me, just kick off your sneakers and stick around for a while because we've got it all on Weird Algorithm, available wherever you get your podcasts. And now you know. Was that enough references?
Do you like to laugh, geek out on music, and learn all about that band or artist who had that one song back in the day, but then seemed to fall off the face of the earth? If so, you need to subscribe to One Hit Thunder. Together with an array of interesting and hilarious guests, we do a weekly dive into one-hit wonders like Eiffel 65's Blue, Krayshawn's Gucci Gucci, EMF's Unbelievable, Delamitri's Roll to Me, Los Del Rio's Macarena, Musical Youth's Pass to Dutchie, and even Patrick Swayze's She's Like the Wind. So are you subscribed to One Hit Thunder or what? As Desiree would say, you gotta be. And as K7 would encourage, you gotta come baby come and join in on the fun of the One Hit Thunder podcast.
Come, baby, come, baby, baby, come, come. Come, baby, come, baby, baby, come.
Imagine a near-future Los Angeles where most people are microchipped and a new app lets you sync minds with someone else. You could share thoughts, feel emotions, experience life through someone else's head. Would you do it? From indie filmmaking team Femregard Productions comes Sync, a sci-fi psychological thriller about friendship, control, and the terrifying cost of letting someone into your mind. When one woman syncs with her best friend, she realizes too late, some connections can take over. Watch Sync on Amazon Prime Video, Fandango at Home, Hoopla, and more beginning March 6th and streaming free with ads on Tubi starting April 4th. Follow the film on Instagram at Sync the Movie, that's SYNC the Movie, for updates. Because the mind is a terrible thing to share.
So Emily and the mom, who's the former queen, go
Into
seek the treaty in the dungeon. Because they're like, well, Mr. Little says it's haunted, but whatever. But they're very nervous because it could be haunted.
It could be haunted.
And they get locked into a cell by a gust of wind. But in that cell, they happen to find the treaty. And thankfully, the queen mother knows how to pick a lock with a hairpin.
Yep.
Talk about like a problem resolved so quickly.
Oh, this movie's a brisk 85 minutes, man. And it is a brisk 85 minutes. I love it.
I want to read this next sentence because, again, we are talking about made-up problems.
Yes.
But the sentence, as it was written on Wiki, says, they get the treaty upstairs with moments to spare. No, like, if you sign this at 12:02, no one cares.
No one except the people in that room.
Yeah, no one has to know. No one has to care. Anyway, this is when Amber reveals that Mr. Little stole it, which he admits as he confirms it was to avenge an ancestor. Mr. Little might be tied to that prince thing that we were talking about earlier with the infidelity.
Like she pulls out a book and shows like the diagram, the House of Devons, I think it was, or House Devons.
They're running out of fancy king names.
Yeah, they really are. Again, the performance here, the lines, it's absolutely insane. Like, it's completely out of a different movie because he's like, I had a blood oath to avenge my family.
It's literally
and I'm like, you hid the thing in a box.
Yeah,
you could have burnt it.
Well, Mr. Little has this transformation that is very like every villain at the end of a Harry Potter novel where they just seem like the normal nice teacher, and then the last like 2 chapters they're just like, kill the fucking mudblood, you son of a
It's true. It's true.
It's like, oh no, what happened?
My favorite is getting a little ahead. It's the post credits. We see Mr. Little in an orange prison jumpsuit.
Yep.
And I'm like, this whole movie has been like fantastical, like
you've got a dungeon, an established dungeon.
And no, he's in like a prison jumpsuit with a picture in front of a brick wall. Like obviously somebody took this picture on a phone and just pasted it into the movie. It's absolutely insane.
I love it. All right, so this solves the treaty question, but what about Simon and Lynn? What have they been up to? Well, it turns out that Simon's been working with Lynn to help with the financials between their countries, and he's also been secretive about the engagement ring, and he proposes to Melissa on the spot. What a happy day.
What a happy day, and we can just ignore all of the obvious flirting going on between Lynn and Simon throughout the entire movie.
He's just flirting with secrecy.
Yeah,
he's trying to take her off the trail that there's an engagement coming.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the shit.
She walks in on them having sex. He's like, I'm just trying to throw you off the trail. I don't want you to think that I'm gonna propose.
That shit drives me nuts because there are those moments in movies where he's like, I was just being a dick to you because I wanted you to be surprised when I proposed.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, it's like, what are you fucking talking about? Anyway, the big, like, we kind of skipped over this plot point, but throughout the whole time, Amber's like, we, the women, should also get to sign this treaty.
Oh, that's right,
So
yeah.
finally, all four of them sign the treaty.
Yeah.
And in doing so, they sign their friendship. And then, you know, Amber names her baby after her dead mom. The end. It
is really I hate to say
it has the energy of they knew this was the last one.
Yeah.
They're like, let's just wrap this up.
It's sad to say, but all of the stuff you just mentioned are really the back burners of this movie. Like, you're not really focused on any of that. In the very beginning, I thought the baby reveal of the gender and the name was going to be the main focus, in which I was like, how are we going to do an hour and 20 minutes of this, of them just like denying to tell anybody what this baby was going to be. But then that really does disappear. Yes, Amber's trying very hard to make Panglia go woke towards the end, and they eventually do, and it's all sunshine and rainbows, and everybody's happy. And I hope in 10 years we get the Christmas Prince 4, the legacy sequel, if you will. I really do hope that we have not seen
reboot.
Yeah, exactly. I really hope that I hope this isn't the last we see of Amber and King Richard. I really hope we get some more, because, like, honestly, I will say that as much of a drag as these movies can be when I'm sitting down and going, ugh, I have to watch this, I always have fun. Have fun with them.
I said it earlier, but I still mean it. They are just cozy watches. There's something about castles and snow.
It's
where
true.
you're wrapped in a blanket. You're like,
and
all right.
Made up countries.
You know what? In a world where we have so many geopolitical real issues happening, it is nice to imagine a world where the biggest issue is a baby being cursed if you don't sign a fake treaty. And
it really is like, it's the Star Wars thing where, like, each planet is its own thing. Because we're like, okay, this country is the Caucasian country. Panglia is the Asian country. And I'm like, okay, we're like avataring this? Like, these are the land avatars, and these are the water avatars, and don't forget about the fire avatars.
I love the fire avatars. All right. Well, Dylan, this was for Valentine's Day as always. So, hey, happy Valentine's Day, buddy.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love you, bud.
Whoa, oh, whoa, now we won't stop till the big ball drops on New Year's. Happy holiday, have a great holiday, have a merry happy holiday.
Put down that smartphone and listen to me. I'm Matthew Milligan, professional musician and lifelong Weird Al fan. Each week, I'm joined by professional podcaster and close personal friend Matt Kelly to take a dive off the deep end into the vast career of pop culture icon Weird Al Yankovic on our show, Weird Algorithm. Along with some very special guests from the worlds of music and comedy, we tackle every song, every television appearance, and every bit of sketch comedy Al has produced in chronological order, covering the good old days of My Bologna and Eat It, the fun zone of tacky and white and nerdy, and everything in between. As we go, we're ranking the songs, albums, and music videos in the hopes of creating the ultimate guide to a career bigger than the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. So the next time you're having one of those days, stuck in a traffic jam, wondering why does this always happen to me, just kick off your sneakers and stick around for a while because we've got it all on Weird Algorithm, available wherever you get your podcasts. And now you know. Was that enough references?
Do you like to laugh, geek out on music, and learn all about that band or artist who had that one song back in the day, but then seemed to fall off the face of the earth? If so, you need to subscribe to One Hit Thunder. Together with an array of interesting and hilarious guests, we do a weekly dive into one-hit wonders like Eiffel 65's Blue, Krayshawn's Gucci Gucci, EMF's Unbelievable, Delamitri's Roll to Me, Los Del Rio's Macarena, Musical Youth's Pass the Dutchie, and even Patrick Swayze's She's Like the Wind. So are you subscribed to One Hit Thunder or what? As Desiree would say, you gotta be. And as K7 would encourage, you gotta come baby come and join in on the fun of the One Hit Thunder podcast.
Come, baby, come, baby, baby, come, come. Come, baby, come, baby, baby, come.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.